have Dre Miley back on the show, and he has a big fight. John Sweeney at XMMA 2 this upcoming Friday, July the 30th. Dre, how are you?
I'm very good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you again. And I was just thinking about the last time I spoke with you, and it was right before you were facing Jose Johnson. So it's been a little while. That fight didn't go your way, but you picked up a win after that. I want to start with that Johnson fight, man. You know, looking back on it now, I know that's not a fight that you wanted to lose. That was a big opportunity for you. What can you take away from that fight here moving forward?
Uh Honestly, I still don't feel like I lost that fight, but to each his own. But it took away the fact that my striking and everything is UFC level for somebody to get called to the contender series, and then his next fight be against me, and me and him go 15 minutes. That says more about my skill than anybody could hype me up to be. So it was just a physical confirmation from it.
And as far as the I guess in fight adjustments or whatnot, like what was your team wanting you to do throughout the fight? Did they feel like you were doing everything right, and you guys expected for you to get your hand raised at the end?
Yeah, we felt like we was doing everything right. The first round, I ended up being on top and winning the control. The scrambles were mine for the first round. The second round, I lost that second round hands down. So with the whole eye poke thing that happened. So second round, and then at the end of the second round, my coach was like, "This is pretty much tied. Like you have to pull it out." And he's like, "What you're doing is great, but we need to let your hands go. Start, you don't have to wrestle him anymore. Your striking is really good. You're outlanding him, so let your hands go. Pull the trigger." And I was like, "All right, that's what I'm gonna do." So that whole third round is just me trying to, put it on him and then try to wrestle.
And you felt like you did enough. You think you won the third round?
I mean, I feel like I did. Like, there's no way I can't. There's no way you can't say that I didn't win the third round all because, oh well, you took him down, but you didn't control him. It's like, but the whole time he was against the cage, he didn't get hardly any offense off. I managed to at least take him down at least 3 or 4 times and just wrestle him against the wall. And last time I checked, wall wrestling is technically controlling. So I don't know. I guess the judges wasn't watching the whole fight. They watched the last minute or so or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's behind me now, so I'm not too bothered by it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, that had to have been fairly disappointing to lose a fight of that magnitude against a guy that was already at contender series. You pretty disappointed for a little while afterwards, or do you just kind of like, jump right back on the horse, get in training, and just move forward?
Well, regardless of how I perform at that fight or at any fight, I'm always going back and be like, okay, let's go back to do it. Let's get back to training. And with him, it was more like it was kind of weird because like I didn't feel like I lost. Everybody was telling me I didn't lose. I've had people, from everywhere saying, yeah, you did not lose that fight. So it wasn't like, oh man, it sucks, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It was more so like, all right, let's get back to it. Let's sew up these holes a little bit. So that way, next fight I win, it's gonna be decisive. There's no way this person can say, oh, well, maybe this person had this. Like, no, it's got to be definitive. So,
Did you get a chance to talk to him afterwards? And if so, what kind of dialogue was that like?
talk to who?
Jose?
Oh, I ain't talked to him. He blocked me on social medias. So he's one of those guys. He was building it up to be all about business, and they said that he gave me some respect, but I was like, you can't really. No, you can't trash me on one thing and then come back and say, "Oh, you did really good." It's like you have to know deep down that that fight was closer than you thought it was. But I have kept track on him since our fight, and he lost his last fight. So I don't know. I really don't know. I ain't reached out to him. I don't try to reach out to people. I think only opponent I've ever talked to after our fight is probably Cody Durden. That's the only person
Mhm.
that I've reached out to. So, and he reached out to me. So it's one of those weird things.
Do you think that Jose Johnson fight, that rematch could happen? Is that a fight that you even want to rematch, or are you just not even worried about it at this point?
I mean, right now I'm not worried about it, but if it does happen, more than likely it'll be like a contender series fight, or it'll be something for someone to get into the UFC, or you never know. We both could be signing, and there's the second one at the UFC level. So there's no way to be like, oh well, the first fight was a fluke. Like, nope, this will show you for sure that, I am the winner. So I hope so. I mean, yes, I do want to rematch, but am I hoping for it? No, no.
Okay. Well, fast forward, what was it, 2 months after that, you round one victory on June the 4th against Tim Truth. I'm not sure if I said that last name correctly, but that had to feel pretty good, man, to get in there and to finish your opponent inside that first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it felt good, but like I guess the like hidden motivation is that I was getting married in like a couple weeks after that, and I didn't take the fight. My coach was like, "Hey, you got to fight June 4th," and then I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, I have a fight June 4th." She goes, "Okay, well, don't get your face messed up for the wedding pictures." So I was like, "All right, I'll do my best," and then I ended up getting that fight over with just the way it happened. So I was like, "Well, that happened for a good reason." So.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the win and getting married, man. What was that all like? What is married life like now? I mean, I'm getting married at the end of this year, so you got to give me a little advice here, bro.
Thank you for congratulating me. It really hasn't changed really. We've been doing this for about 2 years, been around each other, and we just decided to tie a knot. So whatever I guess you guys are doing, keep doing it, and I'd say communicate more, like communicate better, make sure that you know people's body languages and know when to what to say and when to say and how to say it. So especially during now, because I'm on weight cut, and she told me like I was saying stuff and like I didn't catch it because I'm at that hangry stage. So open communication is always a good thing in marriage.
Yeah, and I've seen pictures of you guys on social media. You guys make a fantastic couple. So very happy for you, my friend. How good was it to as far as getting that finish in that first round and then not actually having to take any damage, because I'm sure you didn't want to have your face busted up like she said for the wedding pictures. You must have felt that extra pressure to really go in there and get it like really quickly, right?
I did like I was like, man, I can't really get messed up because I know I'll get in a fight and then this will be the fight that I get cut up and then like, well, I tried. Then I have to like wear makeup and stuff. I don't know. I told my teammates, we were all fighting, and I like looked at one of my teammates. Was like, I'm getting a weird feeling. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know. I feel like something big's about to happen. And then lo and behold, that's what happened. So it was really good to get that win because it was a lot of just undue, not pressure, but like stress, I guess. Because like I knew I was better than that Jose Johnson fight, So I really, really wanted to prove that, and I feel like I have.
Yeah, and with that round one victory, I think that goes a long way, showing what you can do here, and moves your record up to is it 8-4 now? So that's a little bit better than looking at 7-4. Talk about this camp thus far for me, man, and how it's been. We're under a week now. The fight is on Friday, so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. No, camp really hasn't changed because I've already prepped for him beforehand, and I watched his last fight, and then to see him from when I was preparing for him in October as compared to now, I was like, well, nothing's really changed. He's still doing the same old stuff. So just gotta make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's and make sure that, I get my punches off and get out the way because he's going to bull rush me. He's going to come forward and throw bombs. So I gotta make sure I'm in and out of there. And not make sure I'm not nowhere near the cage whenever he gets it, which is a beautiful thing because XMMA cage is a lot bigger than Valor cages. So I will have a lot of room to move around.
That's great, man. As far as training partners for this camp, has it been any different, or has it been the usual suspects getting you ready?
It's about the usual suspects and then some, up and coming amateurs who kind of mimic his style. And then there's some pros that, they can emulate everybody. So I've really been pulling like big bodies, wrestling with bigger guys and, getting used to, because I don't know how much he's going to weigh on fight night. If you ballooned up to about 170 before we were supposed to fight, I have to be ready for going against somebody big. Like I have to condition my body and my brain to do it. So that's what it really is. All my teammates, I've been trying to mix it up, go with people who are forward pressures and, they don't stop moving forward. So it's been really good. This whole camp's been really, really good. Been very positive. Been building more onto my game. So, and I've been building a lot of confidence in everything I'm doing. So this should be a really, really good fight for me.
Fantastic. Is OSP still at your gym?
Yeah, he's there. He was there Tuesday. He popped in. And he gives us like point of views and stuff like that. You know, he gives us little things to work with. So he's always doing that big brother thing that he always does. Make sure everybody is doing their job. So he's really good about it. I think right now he's taking some time off right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I've always been a big fan of him, man. He actually came to my hometown and fought Ryan Bader in the main event in 2014. I was in the third row, screaming with my dad, watching the fights. I mean, it was great, fight card the whole night through. And I've just always been a big fan of his. As far as his mindset goes, I'm sure he's one of them guys that win or lose, he stays pretty even keel. Is he a positive guy to be around? And when do you expect him to be back? In the octagon again here soon.
Yeah, he's pretty positive for the most part. You know, he's still human. Like for the most part, like I said, he's pretty positive. You know, he's never been like, dang, something happened here and I gotta, deal with this. It's more like, all right, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna keep going till the wheels fall off. So I mean, he does really good about it. It's really good. I hope to see him in there by at least fall, at least sometime in the winter. You know, so he's a big dude. So it's kind of slim pickings right now with the light heavyweight division getting so much bigger and new faces coming in, and no one's really lining up to fight him, which I really can't blame him. But so I hope he gets in there around like wintertime, at least fall.
Yeah.
Be dope to get on the card with him. That'd be really cool.
Right? Hey, man,
Yeah.
you never know what the future holds. That would be very, very cool. Now, you did mention earlier, you're a little hangry right now because we're in fight week. What's the weight at right now? How much left do you have to cut?
I think I have like maybe 10 to lose right now, which is not bad. It's actually like not even 10, probably about 8. Yeah, about 8. So it's really good. This is probably the smoothest weight cut that I've had, like full of energy. I'm feeling pretty strong. So this is very weird as opposed to the Jose Johnson fight where I had a good weight cut, but like you could start feeling me like, get tired. This one is more like I'm still peppy, I'm still doing my stuff. So it should be really good and cardio's on point. So I'm probably before the fights come on, I'm probably gonna go run 2 or 3 miles, so that way I can actually get some fruit because that's really what I want. I want some fruit right now.
What
So,
kind of fruit? Like what's the go-to for fruit?
man, this gonna sound very stereotypical, but watermelon. Love watermelon.
Who doesn't like watermelon? I'm a
I,
huge watermelon guy.
yeah, I'm just saying, a lot of people are like, why did you get watermelon? The old stereotype. Like, listen, watermelon is probably the best thing to eat right now because it's all water, obviously, because watermelon. But like, you eat it and like you can eat as much as you want to, and you're gonna sweat it out, or it'll flush out of you. So I love it. Like I can eat a good amount, and it won't affect my weight. If I could have my way now, I'd probably have to say kiwis, but I can't have kiwis because if I start eating kiwis, my boys will see me eat kiwis, and they're like, they want more kiwis. So there's always a domino effect, it seems like. And the little one, he'll eat all my watermelon. So like I have to buy 2 trays of watermelon because he likes to eat nothing but watermelon.
Hey, I'm a big watermelon guy, man. So I'm with you on that. No issues there whatsoever. Now, the great thing, or I guess one of the great things about this fight card, it's only about a 3-hour drive from where you're at. This is going to be in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. Who will be making the trip with you come fight night and be in your corner?
I'm guessing it'd probably be Eric and maybe Jason King. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. Vince might pop in because Vince, much as he says he doesn't like to watch fight, he'll watch and support his brothers and stuff. So he'll probably come down there. I'm not sure who else was coming. So I think there's some teammates coming down there just to watch. But as far as corners, I think it's just Jason and Eric.
Yeah, and what a card to be on. I mean, holy smokes, man. There's a lot of big names on this fight card. A lot of former UFC fighters and guys, like yourself that are on the fringe of maybe making it to the big show here soon. So how excited are you to be on this card with so many eyeballs watching it?
I'm pretty excited because now it will show like it'll get those necessary eyes that I can't reach through social media to be like, holy crap, this dude's actually legit. Whether or not the fight goes my way or not, I'm gonna put up a fight and people are gonna be like, okay, this dude's actually, a really good fighter. So I'm really excited and seeing all the, guys I've I grew up watching, like Ben Saunders and Ramsey and Brimage from the Ultimate Fighter. There's a lot of guys on there, and like when I looked at the cards, like this is too good to be true. So again, and not all these UFC guys gonna be on here. Behold, they are. And like in the beginning, when the fight got announced, like I started to fanboy over because I saw John Dodson's on there. I was like, oh, John Dodson's on there. I was like, I gotta talk to him. Like, I gotta, get a picture with him. Blah blah blah. And I was like, wait, I'm fighting, so I can't really, do that. So, unfortunately, he got in a car wreck, so he can't fight. So I was like, man, that sucks. But I sent him a message, told him I was thinking of him, and then before that happened, I sent him a message saying, "Hey man, it's pretty cool. Me and you fighting on the same card." He's like, "Yeah, let's make it a good night." So, all right. So it's really good. I really hope that the upper people like UFC and Bellator will see that fight and be like, okay, we need to get some of these guys here.
Yeah, no doubt. First of all, I just wanted to say to John Dodson and his family, very glad that they're doing well. I did interview his originally scheduled opponent, Cody Gibson, and we were talking about that a little bit. Scary, scary situation. So I'm very happy that their whole family is okay. Let's talk about John Sweeney, man. You guys were supposed to fight before. That was canceled, and I know you had said that you were a little upset about that. You didn't feel like it was very professional of him. This matchup stylistically, I'm really intrigued by it. What do you feel like we're going to see here come fight night?
I would say that it's going to be a technical fight, but it is not. It's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt. So it's going to be one of those fights where you have to watch the entire time because somebody's going to go to sleep. He throws bombs, and I move around a lot. I can finish the fight no matter where it goes, whether it's against the cage or on the ground or on the feet. I can finish anywhere, and he has knockout power. I'm not doubting that whatsoever. So this fight will be just a ugly fight. It'll be a very ugly dog fight.
Stylistically, do you hold one significant advantage in this fight? Like if it stays on the feet and you use your technical abilities, or if this goes to the ground, like where do you feel like you have the biggest gap in your skill set to his?
I feel like my wrestling is better than his because he has that smash mouth wrestler. Like I'm just gonna sprawl really hard and you're gonna quit, or I'm just gonna sag on my weight on you. But I chain wrestle, so I don't go for just one shot and hope I get it. I have at least three or four lined up, and by the time I get to my third one, you're already tired. So I believe wrestling will be it. And then I've been working on my striking. With the Tim Esther fight and Jose Johnson fight, my striking's made leaps and bounds. So he wants to stand and bang with me. That's cool. I just know that overhands are coming. There's no setups to it. And I feel like my hand discipline is better than his. His hands are down at his waist the entire time. And my hands are, in good position. So that's all it really is. I just got to see where to kill him or listen to where he wants me to kill him and then take him out.
How do you see it ending? I assume that you feel like you're going to win, but when you close your eyes at night and you go to sleep, like, how do you picture this fight unfolding?
I see it as a second round TKO. It's like he'll get tired and we'll exchange a lot of punches. We'll hit each other a lot, but I don't feel like he'll want it anymore. It'll either be a takedown or not secure a choke or something, or I catch him coming in on something crazy. So that's what I really see. I'm seeing it. It could be standing up. I honestly could finish standing up or on the ground, but it's definitely TKO or submission.
Very good, man. I can't wait for this one. This whole card is absolute fire. So it really is. XMMA 2, July 30th, next Friday in Greenville, South Carolina. Dre Miley, John Sweeney. Really excited again, Dre. I always appreciate you giving me some time, my man. Before I let you go, tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have anybody to thank, the floor is yours.
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at Dre Miley MMA 135 and Twitter the number one I Dragon Dre on Twitter. I'm usually on there a lot. Been trying to work it more, so it's kind of weird, but I'm getting better at it. Shout out to my team, KMA. Everybody there. We had a rough couple of weeks because we've been belt testing. And then belt testing on top of Hell Week has just been a a fun time. So thank you all my teammates that's helped me, sweat it out and be, get hard rounds. And I hope I gave everybody good looks whenever I'm depleted. My coaches, my strength and conditioning coach, Chloe Padilla at Frankie's Body Shop, she's always keep me in good shape. I've been with her for about 4 or 5 years now. So, and then Taylor Turner, who is my head coach's wife, and she's also my nutritionist. She's, giving me these good foods to eat. I'm really not too keen on egg whites and spinach right now, but it actually tastes pretty good the way she tells me to make it. And of course, my family, my wife and my kids, they are doing it. They're keeping me motivated. Even when I'm getting crabby and stuff like that, they keep me on the positive track. So hopefully all this pans out. And XMMA for letting me be on the card, with all these stud athletes, guys I grew up on. And thank you for having me on your show.